Fact or myth? It's mythology! Good day, everyone! Welcome to Mythology Podcast, where we will talk about the different creation myths and cross cultural beliefs. For today's episode, we are going to talk about the creation of the world and the birth of Titans. Let's start! According to Greek creation myth, in the beginning there was nothing but chaos, a formless emptiness or void. It is believed that chaos was something of a careless god who lived in a dark, chaotic void with no order whatsoever. When chaos was in charge, there was no solid land as there is today. There was no sun, no moon, no flowing rivers, no fresh water, no seas, no mountains, and there was no pure air to breathe. According to Hesiod, chaos created Nyx out of nothing but the darkness that was all around. Together, chaos and Nyx created Erebus, to whom the underworld belonged. Erebus then took Nyx, his mother, as his wife, and together they got two offspring, Aether and Hemera. Note that in Greek creation mythology, the gods indiscriminately mate with one another. We also have the birth of Gaia, or the Mother Earth. Aether and Hemera, who happened to be born of Erebus and Nyx, mated with one another, and from their union, Gaia came to be. Gaia also had three siblings. We have Tartarus, Hell, Pontus, Sea, Eros, Love. These four were the first official primeval deities that were born out of chaos, and it's at this point that many versions of the Greek creation myth begin. Legend has it that, without male assistance, Gaia gave birth to Uranus. Uranus then took Gaia and fertilized her, thus bringing forth the birth of the Titans. There were 6 males and 6 female Titans. We have Coeus, Krios, Hyperion, Lapithus, Oceanus, Cronus, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, Rhea, Tethys, Themis, and Theia. Next, we are going to talk about the Battle of the Titans. So these 12 Titans are a powerful group of people who ruled the world before the Olympians. In the 12 Titans, the first generation were 6 boys and 6 girls, and they were characterized to be immortal giants with incredible strength and knowledge. They were all children of Gaia and Uranus, and they took all the power of their father and ruled. When Gaia mated with Uranus to bring forth the 12 Titans, they also got a few other offspring. Who are they? First, we have 3 Cyclopes. These were gigantic beings who are described as one-eyed monsters. So this tree represented lightning, thunder, and lightning bolt. They are named Brontes, Argus, and Asteropes. This tree were the first myths used by the gods. We also have the tree Hecatonchirus. The term Hecatonchirus means 100. These were also gigantic beings with 50 heads and 100 arms each. The three were named Briareus, Cothus, and Gyges. They were very powerful beings and they absolutely hated their father, Uranus. You see, legend has it that Uranus wasn't a very good father. He considered his children with Gaia monsters, and as a result, he ended up hiding them deep inside Gaia herself.
The second generation of Titans consisted of the offspring of Hyperon from the first generation, and included Eos, which is dawn, Helios, sun, and Selene, moon. And the offspring of Lapithus, also from the first generation, which included Atlas, Prometheus, and Epimetheus, to among others. These titans mate with each other and produce a multitude of gods and goddesses. The first generation Titans were descendants of Gaia and Uranus, who originally gave birth to 12 Titans, which is 6 females and 6 males. They arose to power when Cronus, in a plot with his mother and his brothers, castrated his father, Uranus, and took over Cosmos from him. The second generation. Some of the Titans consorted with sons and daughters of their relatives and gave birth to the second generation of Titans. The Titans were defeated by the Olympians in a 10-year war, known as Titanomachy. They called themselves the Olympic gods, after Mount Olympus, which was their main dwelling place, and became the new rulers of Cosmos. Cronus, the youngest of the Titans, and his sister Rhea were parents of 6 of the 12 Olympians. Cronus, fearing that one of offspring would depose him, consumed the first 5 of his children as they were born. Rhea begged her parents to help her save her next child, and they answered her plea by spiriting her away to Crete. Where Zeus was born, Rhea hid Zeus in a cave, then returned to Cronus and tricked him into thinking he was consuming Zeus by feeding him a stone wrapped in a blanket. Zeus remained in Crete, and when he grew to manhood, he returned to Mount Olympus to wage war on Cronus. He forced Cronus to disgorge the children he had swallowed, and they, together with Zeus, fought against Cronus and his allies, the other Titans. The Titans were defeated and exiled, and Zeus became the ruler of the Olympians, of God of the sky. During this reign, some brothers and sisters consorted with each other, while others consorted with sons and daughters of their relatives and gave birth to the second generation of Titans. Hyperon and Theia gave birth to Eos, Helios, and Selene, while Coeus and Phoebe brought forth Leto and Asteria. Oceanus and Tethys gave birth to Oceanids and Ptolemy, who are generally not referred as Titans. However, an Oceanid, Clymene, and a daughter of Oceanus and Tethys, helped Lapithus to continue the next generation and bore him Atlas, Prometheus, Epimetheus, and Menectus. Creus and his half-sister Erebia, a daughter of Gaia and Pontus, brought forth Asterus, Pallas, and Perseus, and eventually Cronus and Rhea gave birth to the younger gods Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, Hera, Hestia, and Demeter, who rebelled against Cronus and his followers and later defeated them in a 10-year war known as Titanomachy.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you're notified when a new episode is posted. Rate and review this podcast and share it to your friends. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you're living with some great things that can help you. Until next time!